What's up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XLRA, coming at you with Lucky Draws, the show. We take a look at every deck we feel like, and we have ourselves good old fun times. Today, looking at a turbo deck. We're turboing out this dude, the warrior from the other planet. A very old fusion monster that's way too powerful for his own time period. Locks both players out of summoning anything. Very nasty monster. We have a deck that's all about turboing him out. We have all sorts of ways. We have all the original fusion materials. We've got the replacement fusion materials. We got ways of fusing our monster regardless of where he is or what the materials are at. And so we got this nice deck. We're going to go into yugioh Pro. We're going to lock our opponent out of summoning monsters and stuff and have ourselves a good fun time. So let's get right into it. Alrighty, everybody. Let's see what we got. We're going first. This is good. We do like to go first. We have a pretty solid opening hand, so long as the King of the Swamp goes through. And he shall. Very good. So like I said, this deck is all about turboing things out. The thing we turbo out is, of course, this dude, the last warrior. We're going to use the original materials, which is good because we have necrofusion. We're just going to summon this boy out. No summoning. Nobody's allowed to summon. And we'll set necrofusion in case he gets rid of this and end our turn. Like I said, see, this is how fast this deck is. We've already summoned out our main boy. The only way this could have been any better is if I had Light of Intervention, which is a very nasty card, because if you have Light of Intervention, you can make it so your opponent can't set any monsters. They have to normal summon them in defense mode. It's a very nasty... See, he can summon them in defense. Oh, that's a spicy meatball. We were just talking about this card, and then this guy like, oh, I got it. Alright, so we are up against another sort of locky down deck. Luckily, it's a locky down deck that ain't gonna do jack to us. So let's go ahead and get rid of his bird brain, boys. His birds are not gonna have much of a chance against us, because he can't even summon anything. Unless they make Simorgh, they kind of need to summon things to do stuff. It's kind of a thing with his deck. But yeah, this is basically the idea of this deck. I probably should have just played this right away, but it's fine. Let him think that he has a chance while I explain. Yeah, this is a very simple deck. You know, you can easily turbo out the last warrior. And so long as you've done that, your opponent is just going to have a bad time. See, now that I've played this, he can't summon anything at all. He can't set monsters. He can't summon monsters. My opponent's pretty much dead unless he gets rid of this. That's the one problem with Last Warrior. He has no protection. He was made at a time when there was very little protection. Mostly just mirror forces and things. So basically, back in the day, you would just summon this guy in defense mode. Which is odd because he has more offense than defense. So that's basically how that is. So now we've got our boy. Unless he's got battle traps, which I really doubt he does. Most players do not play battle traps. And we should be good. I should be able to just keep attacking this guy time after time. And so I'm going to show off this thing. I'll set it off. I'll set it and show it off next turn. Yeah, this is Fusion Conscript. The whole idea of this deck, we're trying to get our materials as fast as possible. We're trying to cheat them out of the deck, etc., etc. It's a pretty easy thing to do. So Fusion Conscript. This guy's got all the anti-spell fragrance and none of the impermanence. Okay, so basically what this does is you can search any card listed specifically on a fusion monster. Since our materials are both specifically listed, I can search whatever I want. We also have Fusion Dispatch, which just summons the monster, which just works just the same. So you're basically running 6 copies of Fusion Conscript. It's pretty nice. So my opponent, I do appreciate that he has not surrendered. He probably has something to get around this. Like I said, this is the one problem with Last Warrior, is that he has no protection against stuff. And putting enough cards in here to give him protection would make the deck a lot less consistent. It's the one Achilles heel to my dude. It's his one Achilles heel, is that he has no way of protecting himself. But it's fine. Alrighty, so now he has a face down that might actually be something. But I don't care, because not only do I have Poly... yeah, I have Poly, I have Necrofusion. This guy didn't stand a chance. Alright, so there's a good first duel. We've already shown off how fast this deck is. I've already explained how Light of Intervention works. So let's go ahead into duel number 2. See if we can once again lock people out of everything they love. Alrighty, our secondary opponent. We'll see how it goes this time. We'll see if we're going first, second, third. Who knows? I mean, this guy... Okay, there we go. We're going to go to first. See what we got for an opening hand. Well, we can do our thing, so we'll see how that goes. Fusion deployment. I can turbo out whoever I desire who is listed on our card. And let's see, I'll go ahead and search out Poly, even though I don't need Poly. Might as well deck thin a little bit. And I shall now do the polymerization in order to summon forth my dude. I shall summon him here. So now my opponent is not allowed to summon anything. We'll see what you got for that, Mr. Player. Let's see what you got. Upstart Goblin, okay, yeah, I get more life points, so I'm glad for that. And my opponent surrenders. Sometimes people see this thing and they just don't know what to do. I guess he didn't draw into his impermanence or anything to stop this thing, so... Sometimes you win that way. I won't count that one just because that was too easy. That was too easy. Let's go for an actual second opponent. Get somebody who at least puts up a fight like the Simorgh guy. Alrighty, on our secondary opponent, for real this time. Let's see, we're not going first, perhaps. Not good. We like to go first as often as possible, especially with this hand. This hand is near perfect. This is, in fact, a really good hand, I'd have to say. Not only do I have Cyberstein, can summon any fusion I bloody well want, I also have everything I need to do the fusion. You know, I've got Keeper, I got the materials, I've got fusion deployment, and my opponent bricked. Okay, everything's back live. Everything is live again. Let's bait out Ash Blossom. Alrighty, let us summon forth Mario Godai. Very cool dude. He can tribute himself to stop spells. It's actually a very interesting effect. We'll ditch Mario Kodai in order to search out our Poly. And I don't think this guy knows exactly what we're trying to do. Otherwise, he would have stopped that. Hachamba. That is right. I summoned forth the last dude from the other world. And I usually put this dude in the extra monster zone. Main reason being if we draw that Sky Striker thing, the Eagle Booster, because then we can protect our boy. It's very nice. Alrighty, so now we've got our guy on the board. My opponent surrenders. He said, why do these guys keep seeing? They see this guy and they surrender. If you have impermanence, you can get around this, you know. I'm just telling you so you know. All right, we'll count those last two as one big old win. And let's go for another opponent. I want to find somebody who will actually try to get around this, because that's where the real the real enjoyment's gonna come from, is watching them struggle. Alrighty, third opponent. I don't get the pick. This is so sad. Okay, I'm gonna get it first anyway. Okay, good. Very good indeed. And I have my combo. So I'm just gonna go for it. There's no reason not to do this. You know, I don't need to risk the pot of the extravagant. I can use it later. He's all good. You gonna impermanence me or something, lad? Because that's not gonna do you any good right now. Yeah, he's smart. He probably has impermanence. So sad. If only I had my Eagle Booster. Unfortunate indeed. Alright, so we'll let our opponent do his thing. He's probably gonna negate Last Warrior, sadly. He had something to interrupt, implying he has, impermanence. This is sadly why the Last Warrior doesn't really work nowadays. It's because there's too many ways of just straight up negating this. Heroic Challenger, Assault to Halberd, and a Trick Clown, but mostly a Heroic Challenger, Assault to Halberd. I have not played Heroic Challenger since Ramen Guinea got banned. It's been a long time, man. Alright, he's going for Utopia double, even though I have a monster. Why? Oh no, he's going for this thing. Utopic Kaiser. Summon rank 9 lower numbers in each other up to the number of materials with different names attached to this card. Well, that's annoying. So you can just summon out any 2 with their effects negate. Then detach material from this card. Rest of this turn, unless this effect's negated, you cannot summon. Any battle damage is halved. We have a number exceed. This card can't be destroyed by battle card. Okay. Well, this is an unfortunate thing, lads and lasses. See, this is the unfortunate Achilles heel of the Last Warrior. If your opponent gets around Last Warrior, you're kind of screwed. So it's kind of why we have that Eagle booster, but sadly we did not draw into it. Sadly, Sky Striker Engage being where it's at kind of makes it hard to search. So we're going to have to call this one a loss because, well, yeah, unfortunate that one. So we're going to have to call that one a loss. Let's go for our 4th duel, pick ourselves back up. Alrighty, 4th opponent. Let's see what we get this time around. We'll see what we get indeed. All depends. There we go. Going first, just like we like to. Alrighty, opening hand is just fine. So let's go ahead and search out Mario Kutai. And we'll summon out Zumbira. That's just what we do. We summon out one boy, we search out the other boy. Things are good. Things are good in the hood. We get everything we want. Summon this guy using the original materials. And I'll just put this in the main monster zone because it doesn't matter at the moment. And we'll end our turn. Alrighty, my dude. Let's see if you have anything to get around this. We'll see. We know it's possible if he has an impermanence. That's the sad thing about the Last Warrior. It's just like, there's just so many different ways of getting around him nowadays, you know, just because, you know, he has no protection. If you negate his effect, he doesn't do anything. It's a sad thing indeed. It's just a sad thing, little Jimmy. It's a sad, sad thing. So we'll see what our opponent can do. He hasn't done anything yet, implying he doesn't have much. Alright, Alluro Darkness. Interesting. Playing what dark deck, I wonder? Dangers? That doesn't tell me anything. That could literally be anything. That could be a lot of things. Could be Danger, Dark Worlds, Infernities. Anything with dark attribute. Alright, so this is Danger Trickstar Chicky Diggy. Okay, add a danger card from deck to hand. Okay. Oh, if he gets Bigfoot, that could be problematic. No, he went for Chubacoob. Why did he go for Chubacoob? I have no idea. Hey, it's Mario Kutai. He doesn't help me in this situation. But it's fine. Let's go for Fusion Sage and just search out another polymerization. You gonna negate that? Oh. Curse of Darkness. Okay. I was just searching that to have it. I'm just saying, man. I'm not gonna play too many spell traps. Alrighty, so this is some form of a troll deck itself. We're kind of trolling. This guy was definitely trolling. Look at all these Trickstars. You can tell it's a troll deck if Trickstars are involved. Rule 101 of trolling. If there's Trickstars involved, it's probably a troll deck. Because Trickstars can't do much else. It's kind of their thing. Unfortunately for this guy, he was up against the Last Warrior from the other planet. And it's fine if I take some damage, whatever. I'm just searching out more things. Does this guy think that I'll be scared to play spells just because of Curse of Darkness? Clearly an amateurish move. It would have to be a big stink to not be playing my spells. Oof. Okay, this guy's definitely trolling. Okay. Magical Cylinder. I see. Interesting indeed. And it goes for Chupacabra, even though Chupacabra literally doesn't do anything. All that's doing is costing you the cards in your hand. You can't summon anything, remember? Remember, little Jimmy? Oh, and I drew Eagle Booster. See, this is why you put the Last Warrior in the extra monster zone. Alright. Let's attack this one. Do you have another magic cylinder? He might. He has another curse of dot. Okay, whatever. Whatever, nerd. Okay, your move. Your move, my dude. Right now, you're in a bit of trouble. You can't summon anything. Your combos are wombos at this point. 9 times out of... Oh. I was about to say that was Mystic Mind, but apparently it was not. Add a Trickstar monster. Target a set card in the opponent's spell trap zone. Okay, well, you're taking 2,000 damage to search a card you can't play. Except in defense mode. So... Good on you, lad. Good on you. Good synergy right there. Burn yourself just to search a card you can only set. Alrighty. Pot. I don't need pot right now. Plus he has Magic Cylinder. At the moment, I cannot afford any spell traps. I could play spell traps. I'm just not going to. In fact, I'm going to play this one just to give my opponent something to do. We'll do a bit of reverse psychology trolling of our own. We'll make him think he can get rid of this, and he can. But guess what? It doesn't matter if he do. So he's got Candina. He can set that in defense mode. And I'm still waiting for him to play Reincarnation, because he's clearly trying to mill me out or something. Mill me, burn me, just mess up my deck, man. But my deck is all about one card, and he cannot mess that up. And there is our card. Alrighty. Very good. Alrighty, let's go ahead and attack this thing. Once I flip up the Light of Intervention, this duel is pretty much over. Because once he's unable to summon anything, he's just gonna cry like a baby. Alrighty, there's another Magic Cylinder, probably. Probably another Magic Cylinder. But we'll see how it goes. Trapu Trick. Alright, Reincarnation, I don't really care. I don't really need the cards in my hand. I mean, I could set the bunch of them, but not a need to do that. It's like, that's not even gonna hurt me at this point. You know, it's just fine, whatever. I don't care. I already have my whole thing right here. Your whole strategy, my lad, it doesn't do you much good. So I'll set Necrofusion, I'll set my other Necrofusion, we'll end our turn. And we're good. Because again, unless he gets both his Magic Cylinders, he's not going to be able to out this. How many is that? 40? Yeah, he could beat me if he had them both. But he would need them both. And he doesn't have either one. And this is pretty much going to be game unless he, like I said, top decks both Magic Cylinders. Presuming he's playing a play set of Magic Cylinders. So that's the thing, my dude. You're playing Troll. I'm trolling harder. Okay, so you're gonna make me weaker, which is a little annoying, but doesn't hurt me too much. Yeah, that's not gonna work, my dude. Your snake is no good. Your snake is no good enough. Alrighty. So we managed to out-troll the troll. Good on us. We are the king of troll here today. So let's go for one more duel today. I think we got time. And we'll just, see if we can do this one more time. Alrighty, the 5th and final opponent of the day. Will we get to summon out our boy again? Yes. Yes, we will. Because that is how good we are at turboing this guy out. So, Fusion Conscript, add... Doesn't really matter. I'll just add a Bounty Okutai. Doesn't really matter, like I said. We'll summon forth of the Earth, Hex Sealed Fusion Man. Just a substitute poly, really. And we shall fusion deploy the Zombira from the deck. Hacha. See, like I said, this guy is just so easy to summon. He's a very easy boy to play. And... yeah. All offense. All offensive. 50 more attack than defense. You have to put him in attack mode. So we'll see what our opponent's got now, because I've summoned the little boy. If he doesn't have a way of negating that effect, he is going to be for a rough time. That or he just plays something to destroy this. See, that's the thing that we've seen today, is just, if you can summon this guy against a guy who doesn't have destruction or negation, then it's good. If they have either of those things, not so good. Not so good indeed. So we'll see. Opponent is playing a 13-card extra deck. implying they don't know what they're doing, so hopefully not so much negation. We'll see. I mean, Ritual Sanctuary. Ditch a card, add light ritual monster or ritual spell from deck to hand. Okay, so this is either Cyber Angels or some kind of crazy combo deck. Hey, that's what I like to see in my hand. Alrighty, we are getting good. Now I just need the Light of Intervention, and we'll be perfect, because I'll be able to just stop everything this guy ever wanted to do. Really, it's just a matter of time. Really, it's a countdown. We're counting down. Either he draws something to out me, or I draw Light of Intervention. Whoever does that first wins. That's basically how this is going to work. So, yeah, you've got your shiny ball. I used to love Mystic Shine Ball, like, back when I was a youngster. I remember I played Agent of Creation Venus just to turbo this thing out. And I didn't even have a plan involved around it, because back then, Agent of Creation Venus was garbage. But nowadays, you can just turbo out 3 shine balls and do crazy things with them. It's a crazy world, man. Old cards like our Last Warrior, they're some of the most broken cards in the game, man. Not Zambara, but this guy. Mystic Shine Ball, when combined with Venus. Pay 1,500, have 4 monsters on board. Pretty solid, man. It's crazy how, I mean, people complain about some of the newer cards in the game, and I'm not gonna lie, there's some very annoying new cards. Dragoon is obnoxious. Mystic Mind was kind of a mistake, kind of not. It's a controversy to this day. But basically, there's some new cards that are annoying, but a lot of the old cards, man. Back in my day, you know, when we wanted to draw cards, we used Pot of Greed. Okay, let that sink in. Back in my day, we had Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity and Fiber Jar. Yeah, remember that. Fiber Jar. Man, that card will never get unbanned. Fiber Jar is just like that card's banned for life. It will never come off the list. Alrighty. So yeah, I think I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. This guy and me, I'm just, you know, destroying his stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead for a few turns. And we'll see whether I get a card first or he gets a card first. So hang tight, guys. I'm just going to do a quick whoop, and we'll get right into whoever is on top here. Alrighty, so my opponent has surrendered. Unfortunate. I just had 2 Eagle boosters. I was all set to protect this guy for, like, ever. Alright. Well, I think we've had enough. You get the idea. You summon this guy, your opponent can't do monsters. Okay? If they have impermanence, you're screwed. So, let's go ahead to the end screen. We'll talk more about this deck and whatever we're going to do next. So let's get right into that. Alrighty, the Last Warrior Turbo actually managed 4 wins today. Admittedly, 2 were like rage quits. Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 4. Yeah, 4. Yeah, that's 4. I remember I combined the 2. Okay, so we got 4 wins, which is more than I expected out of this deck. I figured a lot more people would have impermanence and stuff, but I guess not. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's deck. Smash like if you did. Smash like for Cyberstein's sake. Next time, I don't know what I'm doing next. I kind of want to make like another Dark Lord deck, but I got to work like really hard on that one because I got some fancy ideas there. I might do something simpler. Might play something machine-based like Machina or Ancient Gear, something like that. We'll see. But until then, your boy Memphis is signing out. Y'all take care now. I'll see you next time.